Spirit Talker, spoken wisdom. As I stated, Mr. Kirk is a prime example of the ignorance, I say, of the privilege, okay? For no reason. There's no reason, okay? And that type of ignorance is not going to be tolerated at heaven's gates in any form. It doesn't matter if you're not as bad as him. If you supported it, that is another man's sin that you're allowing to become yours now. You have to denounce the devil. You have to denounce it. That's what I'm trying to say. So my videos is not about pointing out the color. If it's black people that support that type of ignorance, that mentality, that's a sin. They're going to have to denounce. Just to put it simple, Jesus ain't going to let no Uncle Tom inside heaven. So it's not just a color. I'm talking about that ignorance, that privileged ignorance. Because I make enough money to keep my nose at somebody else and whatever else. Well, I should not speak to them. They beneath me. That's that ignorance. Okay? Because that person ain't big as me or strong as me. What? I can't talk to him. What? That's that ignorance. Because my car better than his car. What? That's that ignorance. Okay? If you cannot see that ignorance, it's not the ignorance in someone else. You got to recognize that ignorance within you. And fuck everybody else. I recognize my ignorance and I denounce it. I choose not to carry myself that way. And anything makes me act a certain way or they that way, I denounce it. I choose to be alone. I won't play to the ignorance of man. Okay? And I know the ignorance of man. If you don't know, that's going to be your sin. If you don't know the ignorance of man and you think because everybody else think it's okay, but for some reason it bothers you a little bit, but guess what? You going with it because everybody else rah, rah, rah. That's that ignorance of the privilege. You got more friends and they say, but yet you by yourself, you can't speak them words. By yourself in the dark alley with somebody that you speak that type of ignorance against, can you be that? I know I can. I know I can. And I would hate God for it to test me to find out what I live up to that ignorance. I do not want God to test me to see if I live up to that ignorance. I always dreamed about meeting a KKK person, a skinhead. And I'm talking about, you know what, destroying them. I want them to speak that shit to the very last motherfucking punch. But then again, ready? Are they worth my freedom? And then when you see so much ignorance around here, is it really worth your freedom? Okay? Ignorance is like COVID, man. It's a virus. And I'm telling you right now, don't die with that shit. You think God gonna open heaven's gate when you got that type of disease? Would you? Would you? Would you let that privilege that's like COVID inside your home, inside heaven? God recognized the devil in sheep's clothing. He told his son Jesus, his other self, his ready? Not, do you understand? Jesus came to earth not to be our God, to be our leader, to be our. He didn't want to be our leader. He wanted to be our brother. He wanted to walk amongst us, with us. Y'all chose to kill him. Then y'all justified and wear trinkets around your necks. Okay, you wear trinkets around your necks, crosses. Okay, all right, crosses, right, to mock him for what y'all did to him. Okay? That's sick. And you believe God want to believe in buildings and trinkets and symbolisms? Man, society's fucked up. Society, YT society controls the religions, the laws, the sanctuary mirror. Come on, can you believe they would go to church and literally knew the Bible was written by black people from the hood? Do you think them people would take that Bible serious? They would not go to that church. They have to be lied to and think it's scripture. They have to believe blue-eyed Jesus that hang on their wall, okay? Mother Mary, okay? All right, are white. That is the false, that's the devil's trick. The biggest trick the devil ever played, he changed hell into earth. And if you're content and satisfied on earth, you're content and satisfied in hell. That is the biggest trick the devil ever plays. So understand that. If you cannot understand that, then you reap the benefits of that. That means you live with the devil. You are the devil. You live in hell. That's earth. You don't need to go to heaven. Spirit talker.